Hey guys, I'm Amir. This is Mohammed, and we are the founding team at Chex.AI. We are a damage detection and vehicle inspection company. We started off in 2021, and in 2022 we became a Techstars-backed company. Very quickly, I'm going to go ahead and dive into one of the big problems in our space. Car accidents occur every 10 seconds in the US. Every minute and a half, a company-owned vehicle will be involved in one of those accidents. This is on track to cost employers about $100 billion a year annually in lost time, insurance costs, et cetera, and this will continue to grow. The good news is we have a solution, and if Mohammed, you want to
so one of the solutions around this problem is applying proactive vehicle inspection approach, and that's why we built Chex.AI. Our system streamlines vehicle inspection reviews, providing insights into the overall vehicle health, which improves operational efficiency and also overall safety standards for our partners. We provide a mobile application which is easy to use for remote inspections, and we also provide in-app guidelines for the drivers to follow in uploading photos and videos. We also offer a dashboard that is where a lot of the magic happens, gives visibility into the data that gets uploaded from the app in real time. Our dashboard then performs initial review on the vehicle for safety items, the tire checks, as well as also highlights any damage or any safety issue that it detects for us to further review on it. Once the review is complete, our system is able to give a lot of information on what the damage items are and what the cost to fix that damage might be. So some of the features that we want to highlight in our dashboard is basically review of the safety items on the vehicle. So in one of the tiles, as you can see, our system is able to look into a lot of the safety items and highlight those and basically give us the results, whether it's pass or fail. We also do a tire tread depth analysis through a photo. And based on that, our system is able to give out the condition of the tire. And then also we have damage detection, where our damage is categorized in dent, scratch, spot category.
One thing we're really proud about, we recently launched a few months ago, is like an internal first notice of damage. We use this with a lot of our fleet partners. And we kind of see this as something going in tandem with first notice of loss in insurance. I think the one thing we really want to highlight with the data that we have already is that companies who utilize our platform today see a 75% reduction in new damage to their vehicles within 6 weeks.
Absolutely. So we also provide analytics dashboard to a lot of our partner managers. There they can view the overall performance of their fleet, look into how many inspections were conducted in a given time frame, how many new damage or damage was detected in a vehicle, and from there they can move on to a further analysis. This is a feature that we are piloting with some of our fleet managers. Basically gives a holistic view into damage in a given time frame. And basically from there, our system is able to pull a detailed report, give the estimated repair cost, and through this page, they can actually request a repair with their preferred mechanic, and also look at the whole tracking around how the fixing is going on.
One thing that we want to highlight is a lot of our partners have different certificates within their company. We're able to customize those into our dashboard for you. And that data then is stored on the cloud. I think the one thing we really want to point out here is there's no more paper once you utilize our app. And we want to talk a little bit about use cases and market size. Currently, we are focused in last mile. We're moving upstream at this point and think we could take a pretty nice share within the next 12 to 18 months. To date, we're on track to do about 100,000 inspections this year, and we feel like we've got a really great place for us to fit within the multiple verticals that we've listed up here for you guys. And team? And we'd love to talk to you guys about any partnerships, questions, anything that you might have in mind.
Great work. Round of applause. I always love it when they finish a few seconds early so I don't have to cut them off. Judges will get 5 minutes on the clock, and it's all yours.
First question, how do you make money, and tell me who's your customer?
Yeah, so we have some labels already that, I guess some logos that utilize our platform already. We have 2 different revenue models. One is for a larger, we call it a 19-point inspection. It's a compliance required inspection that many states require. And so we charge a one-time fee that's generally annually for some of these last mile delivery organizations. Another that we have is we have like a SaaS model where it's a few bucks per car, between $5 and $7 per car per month, and that's going to allow for daily damage detection. These are going to be for partners that they have multiple drivers on a single vehicle. The vehicle's going out. I mean, you can think of some of the logos that do that every day, and those are the ones that we work with. The interesting thing is there's a lot of SMBs involved where there might be a single owner in a specific market. They have 100 or 200 cars. Those cars are going out, 12 to 14 hours a day. They're coming back in, and it's very hard on an operational side to keep track of what's required or what's needed to keep them at a certain level operationally. And so those are some of the partners that we're working with today.
So just listening to the way you guys talk, you use the word photos a lot. Is there real machine learning in here?
There is, yeah.
Tell me more about the machine learning.
So we have our computer vision models that are actually looking at a lot of the photos that are coming in. And based on that, we're able to segment the vehicle into different parts and then also looking for damage within that. On the safety side, we have our models kind of looking at the functionality of the basic features in the car. So for example, you saw tire. So we apply an algorithm where through the photo, it's actually able to detect the thread on the tire. And also, we also have some videos as well. So
how many people are working on that, and for how long?
Yeah, so we started in 2021. I think we've got maybe 9 people now working on this full time. We initially started with just kind of the compliance service side, and by demand, we started getting a lot of requests for damage detection, especially to hold staff and team members accountable. And so we started working on that last year, and just kind of building.
And I think the point that you're trying to ask is for annotation for a lot of that. Yeah, so we have a team that's actually looking at a lot of that and annotating a lot of the damage that's coming in. We have achieved a certain level of accuracy because we launched with some of the customers in 2021. And so we have a good amount of data, and as we're receiving more and more data, we're improving our models even further.
And sorry, this is all the same question. So with that, how many false positives are you getting now?
That's a good question.
Yeah, so we do get, but the way our system is built that we don't provide just AI-based inspections to our customers. We actually have some human inspectors on the background too. So when a damage is detected, it goes through our human inspectors to also further review it. And if there is a false positive, then the human inspector is able to kind of remove that from the system, so the users are not getting that information.
How do you control the quality of the pictures and the angle of the picture for each segment of the vehicle to make sure that your models can work properly?
Yeah, so we provide a lot of the instructions in our app, and we also have an overlay on the camera once it gets opened up, so it's easier for the drivers to just follow that and take the photos and videos.
Okay.
What's your end game? Do you want to see a large company come buy out like a huge fleet company, or begin with the end in mind? Share with us.
Yeah, I mean, I think right now the focus is to build a really good company, and those opportunities we think will come along the way. Whether we start working with more larger organizations and we build from there, or we vertically integrate into an organization that makes a lot of sense for us, strategically to work together. That's also an option. Obviously, we're founders and we're builders. We want to build a really great and big company with this massive vision, but sometimes you have to just follow what works best.
How big is your largest client right now?
So what I can tell you is that we just closed on a deal that's going to probably triple our revenue this year already. We have another one in process that's rather large, but we're in a position where we can't specifically talk about it. But we have some traction. To give you an idea, last year we did like maybe 7,000 to 8,000 vehicle inspections, and we're going to easily 10x it this year.
And we're at time. Round of applause. Great work, guys.
The user could use our service too.
Other questions? Yes, up here.
So I live in Connecticut. My daughter lives here in LA and has my car. Have you got something that consumers could use for situations like that?
So you want her to take a picture of the car so you could see how it's looking?
Precisely.
How much are you willing to pay for it?
For just $5 a month, you can log into the dashboard and
Compliance
require-
may be low on that one.
So who do you view as competition?
That's an interesting question. There's obviously a set of competitors that are specific to damage. There are some that are trying to solve for some compliance-related stuff. And then there's also the mechanic shop that people will go to get some of these inspections done. We view them as a competitor in their own, I guess, rights, if that makes sense. And we're trying to, I guess, separate ourselves from that and kind of just show a new way to do these requirements on at least the compliance and the inspection side.
Yes.
You mentioned first notification of loss as one of the areas that you're focused on.
Yeah.
So I'm curious, how close do you get to the point in time of when an incident occurs?
Yeah, so we know statistically it takes about 10 days or so for that report of damage or loss to occur for insurance. Right now, because we're able to change the actual driver habits with just the accountability side of our platform, within hours, they're either self-notifying, and if the actual driver does not self-notify, by the time the photos are taken by end of shift, there's already, it's already sent out to the operations team or whoever the leadership team is that there's been an incident with the vehicle.
Is there any future where you automate, where the point in time that the incident happens, that you're picking it up real time? Or you have to wait until there's some type of, the vehicle gets back and there's self-reporting?
So at this time, it's the way that the operations are set. It's when the vehicle gets back to whatever home base is at that point, unless the employee or the driver self-reports at that very moment. By the time the vehicle gets in, we're going to know at that point.
One last question. Anyone? Going once, going twice. All right, good work, guys. Round of applause.
Thank you.
And now the moment of truth. I've noticed something with conferences, and I think the pre-COVID SOC